Hi guys, in this video we're going to be looking at a real number example. The example has been adapted from the March 2023 paper from KZN. So the question says, if x is an element of -2, 2, 4, and 5, then for which values of x will the square root of 18 over 4 minus x be? Number 1 rational, 2 undefined, 3 irrational, and 4 non-real. Okay, let's break down the question. So the question is saying that if x is -2 or 2 or 4 or 5, we have 4 values of x, and what they want to know is, when will this number here, the number is square root of 18 over 4 minus x, when will this number be rational? Number 1, remember that a rational number is a number that can be written as a fraction where both the numerator and denominator are integers. Okay, so let's start by doing this. Let's say when x is equal to -2. So what we're going to do is, where we see x, we're going to substitute -2. Okay, so we're going to say 18 over 4 minus, the first number is -2. What is that going to be? It is going to be 18 over 4 plus 2. 4 minus is going to be plus. 4 plus 2 is 6. And then when you do this on your calculator, you're going to get 3, which is the square root of 3. And square root of 3, then we check what kind of a number is square root of 3. Is square root of 3 a rational number? Remember, for a number to be a rational number, it must satisfy 2 conditions. It can be written as a fraction, and both the numerator and denominator must be integers. Okay, so when we look at root 3, it can be written as root 3 over 1. So it can be written as a fraction, right? But then, is the numerator an integer? No. Therefore, this is not a rational number. Then what is it? It's an irrational number. Therefore, we can see that when x is equal to -2, we get an irrational number. So we're going to come here and say this number becomes an irrational number when x is equal to -2. You see? Okay, then let's move on to the second number. When x is equal to 2, what happens? We have 18 over 4 minus 2. What does it give us? It's going to give us 18 over 4 minus 2 is 2. And then what is it going to give us? 18 divided by 2. 18 over 2 gives us 9, which means we're going to have the square root of 9. And we know that the square root of 9 is what? The square root of 9 is 3. And then we know that 3 can be written as 3 over 1. So it can be written as a fraction, right? That's condition number 1 satisfied. And then condition number 2, are the numerator and denominator integers? Let's check. 3 is an integer, yes. 1 is an integer, yes. And then, therefore, this number is a rational number. So we can see that when x is equal to 2, this number becomes a rational number. So we're going to come here and say when x is equal to 2. So we are done with the first 2 numbers. Let's go to the third number. The third number is when x is equal to 4. So let's check what we get when x is equal to 4. We're going to say 18 over 4 minus 4. And then what is it going to give us? 18 over 4 minus 4 is 0. Okay, If you go onto your calculator right now and say 18 over 0, it is going to give you error, or it is going to say undefined. That is because any number divided by 0 is undefined. Therefore, here we can see that we get an undefined. Therefore, we can see that when x is equal to 4, this number becomes undefined. Therefore, we're going to say when x is equal to 4, the number is undefined. Okay, then the other one is obvious because it is the only one that is left, but I will show you how we arrived at that conclusion that is going to be non-real. So when x is equal to 5, what do we get? We get 18 over 4 minus 5. You see, then what is it going to be? It is going to be 18 over 4 minus 5. What does it give us? It gives us a -1. And then what does that become? It becomes the square root of -18. And what do we know? We know that a square root of a negative number is non-real. Non-real means it does not exist. It is imaginary. Therefore, we can see that when x is equal to 5, we get an imaginary number or a non-real number. So we're going to come and say this happens when x is equal to 5. Okay, let me repeat this. The square root of a negative number, even if you go to your calculator right now, it will not give you an answer. It will say error or undefined, or it will not say anything. That is because the square root of a negative number does not exist. It is a number that is not real. We call it a non-real number. And that is how you work out such questions.